just getting a broader view here for a moment. The Second Amendment Foundation, you guys brought in somewhere over $7 million in revenue, fundraising from 2021, according to your 990s here. And it looks like you spent about $1.7 million on legal. Is your second largest expense, to advertising and promotion being the largest at $2 million. How much of the money brought into the Second Amendment Foundation, what percentage goes directly to programs and lawsuits on a general basis?
If I pull away from your camera, I have an audit over here I can look at, but it's in the audit. Near the end of the pages on the audit, there's a page that shows breakdown by percentages, how much goes to legal action, how much goes to public education, how much goes to management general, and how much goes to fundraising. And I'm very proud of those numbers. I can't give them to you off the top of my head and be accurate, but they beat most.
Do you know a ballpark, I guess?
The vast majority of it goes to public education and legal action.
Okay.
I don't want to give the numbers off the top of my head because I'll be wrong, and then I'll be held accountable for wrong numbers. But they're on our website. If anybody wants to go to saf.org, go to the financial documents tab, and look at the audits or the tax returns, and they're there in the pages. You can look at the raw numbers as well as the percentages.
Okay. Obviously,
and by the way, Stephen, like GuideStar out there, which does reviews of nonprofits in that area, lists us very, very highly rated.
Okay. And people can check that as well for themselves. GuideStar is publicly available.
Go to GuideStar.
So, yes. But, okay. So we will obviously keep on top of this, both on the whatever happens with the investigation and what happens with your lawsuit. What is the goal of the lawsuit, I guess, and what do you want to see happen at the end of that?
Well, at the end of it, one, we'd like the harassment stopped. Okay, first of all, we'd like to have our because this is so ridiculous. We had to waste donors' money on production and fighting the Attorney General on this stuff. I'd like to see the AG's office have to reimburse us our dollars, which is they've been forced to do with other people in the past. I'd also like to see all the documents we gave them returned to us and destroyed, and so they don't keep records of everything we do, which might end up in the hands of our opponents in the gun prohibition community, because they've asked us to every internet ad we've ever run, every direct mail piece we've ever put out, every ad we've run in magazines and newspapers, all kinds of internal documents, all of our minutes from our board meetings for the last 40 years. There's an awful lot of proprietary information that they have no business retaining, and we'd like to have it we gave it to them so they could look at it to see that they're wrong, and that this is a ridiculous investigation. But we'd like to have all that back. They supply these civil investigative demands on a lot of our vendors. We'd like an apology letter sent to all of our vendors because it's a chilling effect on people that we work with, in addition to donors and supporters. We'd like an apology letter sent to them. We'd also like a list of all those people because they've done it secretly. We only know the vendors that have come back to us and complained to us about it, how much money and time it's taken them to comply with the AG's office as well. We don't have the full list of it. Example, like I know they've gone to the utility company to find out what our utility bills are, even though we gave them the canceled checks and bills the utility companies give us. They've demanded things. When you go to utility companies to try and hurt us, or our internet providers to try and shut us down, it's rather alarming. And so we want all that stopped. We'd like all those documents back. We'd like a list of who they've gone to. We'd like apologies sent to all those people. This is just a disgusting invasion of our privacy and harassment.